Hello and welcome back to the West Ham Network for our Matchday highlights in words show, our review. You've just witnessed West Ham draw. Sorry, not draw. We beat Crystal Palace away from home, and it was a perfect finish. Oh my word! Like sometimes, I don't know. I mean, we've got the result. Like I need to stay positive. We got the result. I just want to make sure everyone can hear me okay. Just please let me know if you can hear me okay, and then I'll keep carrying on. And we'll go from there. But Crystal Palace 2, West Ham 3. I mean, did we ride our luck? Get your posts in and comments in, and we'll go through it as much as we can. I mean, I came on at halftime with DJ Russie B, who's of course done the Matchday live, and I did say that, being 3-0 up, and he said, were we riding our luck and how did we get there? But we got there, we took our chances, and that's the main thing. You always felt with 10 minutes to go that if Palace had pulled a goal back, and I think it's just the same with any opposition team, if they get a goal back, then your team starts to panic, and that's exactly what we did in the last 10 minutes, and they had chance after chance after chance. And they got the second goal, and it really kind of made us, squeaky bum time, as they say, for the when they scored that second goal, and they were chasing that equaliser. But at the end of the day, we got the result over the line, and that's what's most necessary. That's what we need to do. We got the result over the line. We've reacted to a bad blip, which is what we've had, and we've got over the line and got the 3 points, and that's a huge achievement. Moyes is continuing that form. Let's not forget something here, right? Let's not forget something here. Crystal Palace have only, before today, been beaten at home once at Selhurst Park. Only once. And we've turned up today and we've done it again. So that's 19 or 20 games that they've played, of which they've played 10 games-ish at home, and they've only been beaten once until today. So that's they're a good footballing side. And let's not beat about the bush again. Let's talking about starting lineups. I think the starting lineup the West Ham put out was pretty much predictable. I think that's what we knew was going to happen. We had Fabianski in goal. We had Johnson at left back. We had Soufal at right back. We had Diop and Dawson protecting in the midfield. We had Rice and Souček doing the mid. The Diop and Dawson were playing central defence. We had Rice and Souček protecting in the midfield. We had Lanzini in the hole, Antonio up front, Ben Rama out on the right, and Bowen out on the left. Bowen out on the right and Ben Rama out on the left. But what we had there was the consistency. Even the commentators were talking about it. Like, again, we're managing to select a little bit of consistency in team selection. And I think it was probably the lineup that I expected West Ham to put out. Now, with Crystal Palace's lineup, I'm not going to lie to you, when we heard that Conor Gallagher wasn't going to play and Zaha wasn't going to play, it was huge news for West Ham. Let's not beat about the bush there either. Like, it was huge news. The fact that they were missing Gallagher, who is a fantastic, fantastic footballer, who we saw what he was capable of doing at the London Stadium, like he did last time out when we played them back in August. It was a huge positive for West Ham. So he's not there, and Zaha's not there, and albeit people can say, oh, he's a diving this and he's a diving that, but he is a very good footballer, and he can cause West Ham a lot of problems. I'm going to bring in someone else into the chat. Here he is. Lucky boy, you well?
I was all right until that last 10 minutes.
Squeaky bum time, mate, wasn't it?
Big time. But we got over here right the road. We've done that. We used to do that. We've done that at about 4 or 5 games, I think, last season, didn't we? Where we went 3-0 up. And after the first game, we went 3-0 up. Everyone's been saying, can we not just score 3 goals? Because it's beginning to get a bit of a moment now that every time we get 3 goals, we don't go and get a fourth. Because it seems to be that every time we do, we need to get a fourth, because otherwise we start worrying, which isn't what you want.
No,
but we got the 3 points, so
Yeah, I think that's the key thing, though. Like I did say, like, at the end of the day, we have got the 3 points over the line. Crystal Palace, mate, have only been beaten once at home this season. Like, let's not take away from what they're capable of doing. They are a good football inside. I was just getting onto the topic of how they were missing Zaha and they were missing Gallagher, 2 of their most important players, which was a positive for West Ham. But they still had strength and depth in terms of the creativity. What do you think?
To be fair, when I heard that Gallagher, I knew that Saha was out obviously because of the suspension, but Gallagher being out was massive, and I was like, okay, I feel confident now because we improved on things performance-wise against Watford from the Southampton game, and we obviously got the win, and we were high on confidence then. And I thought, you know what? This is set up for us. And people could say, oh, yeah, well, you won because Gallagher and Saha weren't playing. Well, and if we did, we got the job done. It was there. He's a fantastic player, that Gallagher. And if he's going for sale by Chelsea, I'd like West Ham to go in for him, but I doubt it. But they are a massive miss. And I think, to be honest with you, we probably took advantage of that. The players probably thought, no, do you know what? We can hit him a bit hard here because going forward, that Edouard, because he was linked with us, wasn't he, at Celtic? And,
from Celtic, yeah.
And he didn't really think. I mean, he ran about a bit, but there was nothing that made you think, well, we should have definitely got this guy because he seemed on the ball. Benteke had a few chances, but I think Fabianski had a really good first half. To be fair, they had a few shots that could have gone in. They hit the bar a couple of times in the post, so they were a bit unlucky in some ways. But they were definitely missed by Crystal Palace, and the only time really they were on top of us, in my opinion, was the last sort of 10, 15 minutes when they got the goals. So apart from that,
I mean, they did. I mean. They did have plenty of chances. I mean, they had 22 attempts at goal today compared to West Ham's 10. However, the biggest issue what I noticed was only 6 were on target compared to West Ham's 5. Now, I did say to my dad when I was watching the game, I was like, they like to shoot. They were shooting from every possible angle. So, yeah, and in the first half in particular, I felt like they were causing us problems. I seen in our chat, we said it could have been 3-3, but in actual fact, I felt like it could have been 5-5 because we had created a few more chances on top of that, and they obviously hit the bar twice. Fabianski saved us a few times, in particular in the first half. So 3-0 was probably a bit of a. I think I was in shock, to be honest, and I think probably most West Ham fans were. Father Snowman saying value for money, watching us. Mark Alexander Lanzini for Nobes came 10 minutes too late. Should have shut up shop at 3-0. Points on the board, just.
I think we did.
What?
I think we did shut up shop, really, because we didn't really give it. I mean, we had a really good go at them first half, and in the second half, I don't think we didn't really push them that hard in defence. We weren't putting crosses in. We weren't trying to get through the channels or anything like that. I think he went. Literally, he's the same as last season. He was literally like, right, we're 3-0 up. Let's try and just take this home and whatever. And really only affected us in the last 10 minutes because they got the goals. But I think we were, I mean, they like to shoot fair enough. But I don't think we really went for a second half, to be fair.
I mean, literally, the first half in particular was quite a good neutral game for anyone who's a neutral West Ham or neutral football fan. It was actually a good football match to watch. I mean, they hit the post within the first couple of minutes. Benteke went close very quickly. Again, possession was pretty much 50-50 in there. But then West Ham started to find their feet again, causing them problems. Their keeper was keeping them in the game. But that man stepped to the plate to make it 1-0 West Ham. Antonio bags his goal, gets the goal again. But what a great ball from Ben Rama. And now this is going to be the last time we're going to see Ben Rama for approximately 4 to 5 weeks. How are you feeling about that?
Yeah, well, first of all, Antonio, I think people have been slagging him off for the last month or so, a couple of months. And I think when he came on against Southampton, you realise the difference he makes to the overall play of the team. I mean, even if he's not scoring, he's a handful for the defenders, and he proved the point with the first goal. The ball in was fantastic. I think Ben Rama has not been one of our better players recently, but he's been playing well the last sort of 3 games-ish. But his final ball has normally been quite poor, so it was good for him to see him put a good ball in the box and get a goal from it. In my opinion, I think it'd be a blessing in disguise Ben Rama going because Blasic should now start for me if Fornells is still out. And I think he needs game time. I think he needs to start games and get a run of games going because I rate him as a player. I think he's been doing well since he comes to the club. He's not really put a foot wrong. And I think that, I've not been Ben Rama's biggest fan over the last few games. I think he's running around. He's fantastic. Rachel with pass plays is great. But people can slag off people like Masuaku who's crossing into the box. I don't think Ben Rama's been, brilliant himself with his final ball and his last touch recently. So it was good to see him put the cross in for the goal. But he needs to be doing that consistently. That's what he should be doing more of. So what he's done brilliantly there is what he should be doing, in my opinion. But good luck to him in the African Cup of Nations. I hope he does really well. Doesn't get injured. He comes back to us, full of momentum and we're ready to carry on with us. To be honest.
Yeah, of course. But listen, I mean, we've gone 1-0 up. We're buzzing with life. We're thinking this is great. But literally a few minutes later, that man, the Joel steps up, mate. What a fantastic goal from Lanzini. I mean, I said it, I managed to jump on at halftime when Russ was doing the Matchday live.
Right.
And I just said that I still can't get my head around the fact that Lanzini's brought himself back in to the club to make him such a pivotal, player again. Like, he's become such an important player for West Ham. But at the end of the day, he's never not been an important player for West Ham, because even when he does come off the bench or he is a squad player, he does perform. But today in particular, if you think about that goal, what a fantastic taking goal. He literally takes a touch, drives forward, the ball kind of bounces up. He hits it on the half volley. I mean, it's a bloody brilliant goal, mate.
Well, the best thing about it is he bounces up, but he actually takes another touch to semi-control it before hitting it in the box. And most people just go, "Oh, I've lost control a bit. I'll just whack it." But he seems to almost control it and then control the shot as well, which is about 4 defenders around him. It's fantastic, you know.
Yeah,
that's what he does well.
Yeah, absolutely. 2-0 away from home. I think he's coming in if he can.
He'll be there, won't he?
Yeah, we'll see.
He won't. Yeah. Hopefully he can. But
2-0 at this point, though. Look, after 25 minutes, I mean, are we
Dreamland?
Because we're not really cruising, though. At the end of the day, are we? I mean, they are causing us bother.
I think they said at half time, or they said near half time, the amount of attempts that Palace have had towards ours.
Yeah.
And I think it was along the lines of they've had double what we had. But to be honest with you, the fact that we put our chances away and they hadn't kind of sums up the league. The ones that take their chances and score the goals are the ones that are higher up the table than the others. Which for me just kind of said it all in a minute about how we're putting our chances away, which is good. That's what you want to hear.
Absolutely. Listen, VAR, we've been complaining about it a lot for the last couple of weeks or months or however long it's been in existence, but it played on our side today. I mean, the rule, I think it's not VAR that I'm annoyed about for today's goal. It's the rule. I mean, I'm glad West Ham got a penalty, and the rule states that, the ball hits the hand inside the box, then if it stops this opportunity, blah, 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 then it should be a penalty to West Ham. Now, if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd have been going probably mental and going, man, don't you dare. But I think this one is more of a, if you follow the rule book, then it is technically a penalty, and we got the penalty. Is it harsh?
I don't think it is, because of the way that he's gone up with his hand like that. I mean, there's a chance. Is he going to come in? No. There's a chance that he was going to control it with a part of the arm that he thought if it does hit it, it will be fine anyway. But when I saw it first of all, I thought he's gone a bit like that. He's gone a bit like to try and support himself. And I thought, well, to me, the rules are crap anyway, right? But if we're all going to play to the rules, if we've all got to be in that circle of this is what the rules are, don't go against this, and we've all got to abide by them, then when it goes against someone, you have to follow it, whether it's a crap rule or not. I think most of the rules in the game at the minute are just terrible, ridiculous, and beyond, common sense, let's say. But that, my first instinct was handball. And if it was a West Ham player, I'd be going, "Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing?" But as soon as I done that, I thought, but part of me as well thinks, I think if we're going to do VAR, we should do it the way that other leagues do it, which is you go along the referee. If the referee thinks to himself, "I'm not sure about this one, I'll go and see the video," rather than getting someone in his ear going, "Go and look at the video." That's completely different, and it is purely down to the referee, and that's fair enough. I don't know. I don't think it's harsh. Maybe the rules are harsh because of where they state where you can touch the ball, where you can't touch the ball. But my first instinct watching it live about any replay, I thought, "Oh, he's been a bit dodgy there." So for me,
let me bring on Stel. Stel's been to the game, so Stel, can you hear us? Okay, Stel. Come on, Stelios. Not looking good, mate. Not looking good.
Why the crowd is his avatar?
No idea, mate. No idea. I mean, we've gone in, we've taken the penalty. Lanzini steps up for the penalty, mate. He comfortably puts it in the back of the net, and we're 3-0 up at half time. 3-0 up at half time, away at Selhurst Park at Crystal Palace. I mean, it's a great start, isn't it? It's a great start. But
it's fantastic.
Listen, I seen your message actually. I'm going to try and see if I can. Where is it? Yeah, I'm going to try and see. Luke sent a message at half time and he said, I'm remembering last season about 4 games in a row we were 3-0 up and my got a workout. But I'm genuinely more than confident tonight. Were you more than confident tonight? Because I said at half time when I was at DJ Russie B's show, I was like, I feel like we just need to get that one more goal, and that could have maybe calmed things down a little bit.
For what felt like about 30 seconds while sending those messages, because if you remember the first one, I was stitched myself up here by saying this, I sent 6-0 ... right? And I had a little angel and a little devil on each shoulder. And one was going, you'll win this, you'll cruise this, you'll score a few more goals in the second half. And the angel was like, no, this is West Ham. You know what we're like, we're terrible at doing this. I was really confident because of the way we were playing. It wasn't so much Palace, it was the way we were playing. We were taking our chances and we were really confident going forward. And I thought, so if we can do that in the second half, we'll be fine. I genuinely thought we'd score a few more where we were going.
Sorry, we are going to come on to this, Gary. We are going to come on to this in a minute.
Oh, I didn't see your comment, but
no, it's you boys can't be happy with that defending. So let's move into the second half. Johnson came off. We don't know why he's come off. I think there's maybe a niggle. I think
it was a yellow card.
Well, was it that? Because I thought there was a niggle coming from the Watford game. However, he made the substitution. He brought Masuaku on. Now, Masuaku himself, I thought didn't have one of his worst games.
I thought he played well, personally.
But hear me out here. What I actually think happens when Masuaku comes into the side is that Diop and Masuaku can't play together. And I actually think that they both start to panic. So if you read the stats, Masuaku actually did all right in terms of stats. I think he was only on for like 20 minutes and he was the most tackler in the game or from any West Ham player. However, we started to look shakier at the back. And I don't think we can deny that as much as I know we like Masuaku in terms of going forward.
Yeah.
But I don't think we can really take away from the fact that we do look shakier when Masuaku comes into that defensive role.
There was someone in the comments actually put exactly the comment that you said, which is a Diop panics when Masuaku's playing. I've said it for ages and still just it gets annoyed at me, and fair enough, he's got his own opinion, that's fine. I love seeing Masuaku attack, go forward, dual pass players, make something happen. I don't like him at left back purely because I don't think he's a left back. Now, we bought Antonio as a right winger / striker and we turned him into a striker. Declan Rice was a centre back and we moved him into a midfielder. At the moment, it seems that we either haven't got any left backs instead of Creswell, or Moyes isn't willing to put a youth back at like Longello at left back because he's stuck in on Masuaku. Now, for me, Masuaku is fine going forward. Probably should start games. Probably not a starter, but he's definitely good at impact going at players and dribbling. Just putting out there, I like Masuaku as an attacking at left winger / a forward player. Going left back, I think it does his confidence really bad. I think it does the team's confidence really bad, and I don't think it helps the fact that people, when they know he's coming on, they groan. I think you can probably hear it in the crowd. He knows no one likes to come on left back, but that's Moyes' fault for me. But saying that, Diop, I think he's showing himself up to I don't think Ogbonna and Zuma and Dawson panic as much as Diop does when they're at the back, and I think he's a bit headless anyway. I think sometimes Dawson has to coach him through games and stuff like that with Diop, and I don't really take it as an excuse, but I do know where people come from, because if you see the first goal we concede when the ball goes in for head, I think it's that one. Whoever's on the left wing comes and covers Masuaku, and like almost to say, no, I've got him because you won't be able to get him. The ball goes in and there's a goal. So from that point of view, I don't think the team like him defending either. So at some point, I think it's unfair on Masuaku. If you're not confident in that position and you're not playing well, the manager at some point has to go, you're not playing there. We'll go to a back three with left wing backs. We'll do something else because it's just not working. I think that possibly if there was another 5 minutes on the board, it could have been 3-3. But it wasn't that we won the game. And for what it's worth, for the game he had, I think Masuaku done well. Ran over.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't know. I don't know. Like
that's fair enough.
Starting to see. I know. I think I'm just starting to see the kind of when he comes on, the panic that sets in within the team. Like I don't know if certain players do have the confidence, and I think I can see that now. But equally, though, Crystal Palace is still a good attacking side. They have 20 attempts on goal. And when you have that amount of attempts on goal, you're going to constantly put pressure on the opposition. I mean, at several points in that game, from 20 attempts on goal, they only had 6 on target, and of which they scored 2 of those chances. So, when it comes to the last 10 minutes, yourself, look, especially as a West Ham fan, you just want that 4th goal to take it over the line, but we didn't get it. 83rd minute kicked in. Olise puts the ball into the box. Edouard taps the ball into the back of the net and makes it 3-1. The biggest problem there was our defending. Our defending wasn't great, mate. Not a single player marked Edouard. He absolutely broke the lines, and all 3 of those players, Dawson, who I don't tend to slag off much, Diop and Masuaku, were literally just standing still watching the ball. And at that point, then, like you said, look, squeaky bum time was kicking in, wasn't it?
Big time. I also think, maybe you are right, because I think Johnson came in against Watford, didn't he? And the whole demographic of the team changed going forward and defending. And perhaps it does change when Johnson plays and he doesn't. But that last 10 minutes, I put a status down on Facebook saying we made light work of the first half, and I put a few statuses and a few tweets out. And I thought, I'm doing it for the first half, because I just know that this definitely could come back and bite me in the backside. And I was waiting for it. And the funny thing was, I had a bet on West Ham earlier on my accumulator, and I couldn't take the notifications off. So I was getting notified before West Ham's goals even went in, which was nice in the first half because we were winning. But as soon as it went 3-1, here we go. Then 3-2 in the 90th minute. I thought, how much do you have left on? Is it 6 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? It went 4 minutes. I just stuck my phone in the kitchen, so I couldn't hear it buzzing anymore. So if it goes in, I don't want to know it's going to go in. But it was very, I don't know. Look, we got to 6th place with a few games like that last year, right? So as much as it's annoying, as much as it's terrifying, as long as we get the win, I'd take that every game.
I think that's it.
Do you know what I mean?
No, you're right, mate, and I don't want people to misjudge that. I mean, we are here to review the game, but equally, we've walked away with 3 points. And the biggest thing for me, coming off the back of our recent bit of form, which hasn't been great, was not just beating Watford, but coming into this game today, Crystal Palace, which is a tougher opposition. I don't doubt that for a second. And actually getting the victory. That's 2, mate. That's 2 away games in a row. 6 points we've walked away with. That kind of starts to make up for it. I mean, that's us pushed ourselves to within 1 point of Arsenal. Let me just reiterate to people, we were 7 points away from Arsenal 2 games ago. 7 points away from Arsenal 2 games ago. And now we're back to within a point. So there is fight, there is heart, there is something there that we can do. I don't doubt for a second that we need to go and strengthen the squad, strengthen the team, and try and build upon what we've done. But to go and the West Ham of old, look, would have lost that game today, even by being 3-0 up.
I've been saying for the last sort of game or so, and I think, I've told family and friends and stuff like that, they've said to me, don't be so negative. But I genuinely thought the old West Ham had come back. I thought we'd lost our defence, Creswell, Zuma and Ogbonna. And I thought, here we go, this is the old West Ham again. This is nearly there, but not good enough. And we're all just going to go through the motions. Southampton game was a perfect example of just, playing it here and there, but nothing really in the final third. Nothing, no finishing touch, no final touch that was, really come off of it. And we've changed our ways, and I'm maybe it is these little touches, these little players stepping up, or certain players being played and others not, and something like that. But they're proving me wrong again, because I thought to myself a few games ago, I thought, West Ham have rolled it back now. That's it. We've had our fun at the top. We're going to be mid-table again. We're out of the cup. This, that, and the other. Emotional negativity, whatever you want to call it. I'm a victim of it at the best of times. So to have 2 games where we win them, is you need that bounce back, don't you? You can't just go, this is it now and give up. So it's clearly Moyes has got into him and gone, no, that's not good enough. We need to change it around. 6 points last 2 games. Yeah, that's what you need, isn't it?
Yep. A lot of people in the chat talking about Fabianski, Areola. We're going to round this review up, but do you see anything in potentially changing the goalkeeper at all?
No, I thought he had a good game tonight. I thought he kept us in it first half. The few times they had shots on goal, he made some decent saves, some good saves. Second half, it was couldn't do much else about the goals that we conceded. To be fair, possibly could. People in the chat will probably tell me different, but I thought Areola. I saw the Tottenham game, the League Cup game, and I wasn't that impressed with Areola the way you can see the goals he did. Maybe I'm being really harsh on him, and I don't know. But for me, forget about the season, the way it's going in the minute. It's going to be Fabianski with the league, and Areola with the cup in Europe. That's how it's going to be. Whether we like it or not, if he has a bad game, I think he'll stick the faith with him. I think that's what it'll be this season. And then next season, if Areola signs on a permanent, then it will change. But for now, get used to it, pretty much.
Do you think we really miss? I mean, I've seen the comment here, English Yardie saying we need Cressy back. I mean, the thing is, we don't know when he's going to be due back, but I think we do really lack his. You know, he has got a form of leadership in that position. Like, he really does. Like, even though he's not a captain, he does lead as an example in that defence. I know we're missing Bona. I know we're missing Zuma. Dawson and Diop are having to step into the situation there. I think Johnson's been playing well. And I think, you know, that was a big change. It was a big decision. And again, we have to wait and see what happens with regards to Johnson. But, I mean, we do lack and miss Aaron Creswell on the back left, don't we?
We do. He's not only is he a decent left back. I mean, I don't think rely on him that much defensively wise. I think he's a bit more, you know, going forward if you like. But his deliveries are certainly missed. I think he's got a hold on the team. I think the team look at him in the same way they moved it with Rice. He's got a bit of vocalness on him to tell players what to do, keeps the back line straight. Which I think they miss about at times when other players are playing there. Johnson's playing really well, by the way. I think he had a really good game, really good first half tonight. I think he's getting better and better as he goes along. Considering he's not even left back and he still plays there. He's more than been playing there since he got a professional contract at West Ham. But Creswell, I don't know what it is with him. Apparently, he's coming back in the next few months. I don't know. I don't want to say about that. But I think it's the deliveries. I think we're getting better at them. We were terrible when he was first there, but we're starting to get better at the deliveries. But he's just a chunk, isn't he? He's just a chunk missed out of a very, very good team. And as soon as we get him back, the better. Because we need his deliveries, his leadership, and his overall play, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they nearly got the equaliser in the end. I think it was at Mateta with that absolutely crazy bicycle kick. I mean, it wasn't like an inch wide. It was about a foot wide, but it was just so close, mate. And my heart was in my mouth.
Did you hear Upson in the commentary? For those who are watching Sky Sports, so I don't know if you're right. Basically, Upson went, God, do you know what? If that went in, even West Ham fans would be celebrating, I think, because it was that good an effort. I got to throw the control at the TV. Fair play. I mean, that's the difference as well, because if that goes in, he's an absolute hero, and you sort of go, well, we shouldn't be in that position anyway, but fair play for scoring it, because that's an amazing goal to concede to draw level. But again, didn't go in. We escape it. It was a fantastic effort. Great. That was like Haller when Haller played for us. You know, we just put the ball in the box over a kick and it would go in more or less. 9 times out of 10. So thank God he did miss it. But I mean, fair play to the lads for missing it.
Look, you said there Johnson had a yellow card. Masuaku coming on was the right move despite the outcome. So are people worried that he was going to get a second yellow? Is that why? Or I mean,
the way he gets the first card. Was very much take one for the team, just pull him back and get it. I can't remember what he got the first yellow card, but the first because Ayew was arguing with the referee saying, well, he's made 2 or 3 challenges now, and I can't remember what the other ones were for him to think that he should be booked before that. The only thing I can think of is the fact that, you know, he's a young player, he's not experienced, so if he goes in for a challenge, you might forget that he's on a yellow card or it does moment or something like that, and that causes it. But I did kind of see where it comes from. Plus, he has only just come back from injury, so you keep him on, and he, like you say, he has got a knock. You don't know, because he might have that as well. He might go into the change rooms going, "Nah, it's gone again." You know, and he might go, "Well, you're on a yellow anyway. You might as well come off." So who knows what happened? But I think I can understand the logic. Definitely understand the logic.
Here's an interesting stat for you: Moyes' Selhurst Park stat. West Ham manager David Moyes has won all 6 of his away league matches against Crystal Palace as a manager, defeating a different coach on each occasion. Alan Smith, Ian Dowie, Tony Pulis, Sam Allardyce, Roy Hodgson and Patrick Vieira. Mate, we know going to Selhurst Park is a tough feat. Not for West Ham, by the way, just as a manager in general. So he's got...
I was going to say, because he must have... Because you forget Palace haven't always been in the Premier League, have you?
No, I know. But the point of the matter is, like, you know, we all know that they're a tough team to beat on their home turf. People in the comments are saying, yeah, we didn't have a greatest day, but we got the result. And at the end of the day, look, that's how sometimes these teams get results if you don't have well. But we've managed to get here now. We're now sitting on 35, 34 points
Yeah, something like that.
after 20 games. That's 10 wins, 4 draws, 6 losses. We've got a plus 10 goal difference. We're within 1 point of Arsenal, who are above us in 4th place. Yes, Spurs and Man United have 2 games in hand, who are below us, but you still want the points on the table. It's heating up, mate. Top 4 is heating up. Are we capable of doing it, mate? Are we capable of doing it or not?
We are. We are totally capable of doing it. I think if we buy a few players in January as well, that might help the thing as well. We definitely need some centre backs. We might even need someone with the initials JL, but we'll see if that comes to fruition at all. I don't think it will personally, but there you go. Yeah, that one as well. You know, we're sure Clips will get on that. I think we can. I think this year it's brought its own challenges with injuries and other competitions and stuff like that. But if we were capable of it last season when we were fresh, we didn't really have much agenda. We were doing well, so we might as well qualify for Europe. But this year seems to be no, top 4 is the agenda. You can see the way the team's regimented. You can see it's there for us. I think I wouldn't be. It sounds really almost arrogant, but I wouldn't be too disappointed if we qualify for Europa League again. Because who are we to say we deserve Champions League? Because you only deserve it if you're qualifying for it. But games like tonight, when you hold on, you get the points that you need. Yeah, I think top 4's there.
Let me finish off on some positives then. I mean, listen, we won the game. We won the game. We started off 2022 with a victory. Started off where we left off from 2021. Manuel Lanzini's game by numbers. Are you ready for this? 100% chance conversion, 87% pass accuracy, 57 touches, 3 clearances, 3 touches in the opposition box, 2 shots, 2 goals, 1 take on, 1 cross. That's Manuel Lanzini's, performance today. I mean, the guy's found his form. The guy's back, isn't he?
Yeah, it's just a shame that chunk of about 5 seasons to go through with his injury and comeback and stuff like that. But what I like about him is he seems to be in a bit more of a free role, like he was when we first signed him. He hasn't really stuck out in the wing, hasn't really working too hard. He seems to be that sort of like, well, Benrahma and Bowen will work for him, and the midfield do their job, and he can just do the things in the middle that he does. And he's just getting better every game. Antonio being up there helps him out as well because he's got someone to swing for. And just long may it continue because I think he's the. When you look back on it, you think how good a player could he have been without that injury the first time round, which that's not for people. People forget about that. They don't realise that he's done so well to recover and become the player he is once again after that injury because it kills most players' careers. So fair play to him.
Absolutely. Another stat for you is that Lanzini has now scored 6 Premier League goals against Crystal Palace, and he does like scoring goals, especially in London derbies as well. But a massive shout out to Declan Rice, 150 Premier League appearances for West Ham, and he's only 22, mate. Give me your final thoughts on Deckers.
He doesn't play like someone who's 22, does he? He plays like someone who's 32. All the experience he has and the way he plays, he gets better and better every game. I think tonight he didn't have too much to do. I don't think we what I liked about it, I think, especially in the first half, was most of the time you see when he's open, people just give him the ball and he sprays it around everywhere. But there's a few times, I think nearly when we almost scored the goal, where Bowen's going, getting past a few players. And he's out there going, pass me. He goes, no, not. He skips past him and sprays the ball over to the left-hand side or something like that. Fireworks, Happy New Year, all that stuff. Yeah. Sneak that one in. Again, he's just fantastic. Didn't have to do all the work like he normally does tonight, which is actually nice to see. It's more of a team performance. So it doesn't surprise me, and he's only going to get better. I do personally feel that I was a bit emotional.
Don't say nothing, mate.
No, all right. Negative and stuff like that. Yeah, no, I'll leave it there.
Yeah. But I mean, I'll finish on this one. Bowen was a little bit quiet today, but I do think that he did a lot of tracking back. I think he had, I think he had to do that today, and I think sometimes it's not bad when a player like that has to do what he has to do, which is do all the other stuff. Because at the end of the day, we got the victory, and it's a team game. So I can't be disappointed in Bowen, but
Bowen doesn't have bad games. What he does sometimes, he has quiet games, and I think when you look at it as a rough slide, 1 in 3 games will be on fire for him, if you get what I mean. He's not always going to do it. He doesn't do it every single game, doesn't score every single game, doesn't provide an assist every single game, but he doesn't have a bad game either. And I think it'll be 1 in 3 games you'll score a goal, you'll score a blind or something like that. It doesn't always do it. But it doesn't have to. And I think today other players played their part. Lanzini played his part. Antonio played his part. So it was nice. It's nice that his players don't have to keep playing performing well, and everyone else can do the jobs for them as well. So it's good.
Absolutely.
Fair play to him.
Well, listen, mate, at the end of the day, we've got 3 points. I'm absolutely buzzing with the 3 points. We started off 2022 as we finished 2021. Long may that continue, and long may we challenge. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we bring in some recruits that can add some strength and depth and maybe even challenge the first team, because I do think we do need someone. I think it'd be nice to push on and bring some of those players in, even if they don't start. But, you know, we do need some players. But we'll be back. We'll do loads of shows over the next couple of days. Don't worry about that. If you are new around here, go and hit that subscribe button. Please hit the thumbs up. As well, we are on the road to 11,000 subscribers. I hope you enjoy all the content. Please leave all the stuff, all the comments in the chat. We do appreciate it. Look, who was your man of the match?
Basu, obviously, my boy.
Mate,
the baller.
On.
Yeah. I'd say you got to say Lanzini, haven't you? Really, for his 2 goals. If we had in goals without the penalty, we wouldn't have won it. So little jewel, crafty with Yafty. So he's a good boy. So Lanzini.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Who was yours?
No, Lanzini, 1,000,000%. I think. I think he done a great job. Now we're going to be without Ben Rama for about 4 or 5 weeks, but I think we're more than capable as long as we bring in some.
Vlasic's time to shine.
Oh yeah, well Vlasic. To be fair to Vlasic, when he came on, I thought he actually had a good game. At one point, it was like a pit bull. He put his head down and went through about 2 or 3 Crystal Palace players. Tried to cross the ball into the box. I think his hold-up play was really good. I think we've got hopefully some more things to come from him. Last thing I do want to say to you, everyone in the chat, though, and everyone who's watching, is Happy New Year. All the best for 2022. I hope it's better than our 2021. Now, listen, if we can equal or better West Ham's record in 2021, I'll be delighted. But let's hope off the field, everything that's going on in the world, things can get a lot better than what they are and have been. Luke, any last words?
Yeah, Happy New Year, and up the Hammers, 3 points, and we get top 4s on the way.
Come on, you Lions! Thanks for watching. Take it easy.